she grew up all alone, except for the big guy by her side. And though they were all alone, on each other they relied. And when the money wasn't there, they knew their love would get them by. She was Daddy's little girl, and she grew up on his knee. She felt the wind between her toes and his kisses on her cheek. She did not know what lay ahead, but she knew deep down inside that she'd be Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl all her life. On her first day of school, he took her to the bus. He said, don't you fret a thing, and don't you make no fuss. He said, make a few good friends, keep your pledges and your vows, learn everything you can, and make your daddy proud. She was Daddy's little girl. She stepped right out into the world. She was just 6 years old, but a force to be unfurled. She did not know what lay ahead, but she knew deep down inside that she'd be Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl all her life. And when she turned 18, she met a boy who changed her life. She said, Daddy, he's the one for whom I wanna be a wife. He looked at her and smiled. I'll be happy's all he said. And before she turned 19, she was sleeping in her husband's bed. She was Daddy's little girl, and she felt so good inside. She had a family and a home, and her husband by her side. She did not know what lay ahead, but she knew deep down inside that she was Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl all her life. But the years had come and gone, and her children grew and roamed. Her husband's eyes did wander, and his heart did turn to stone. Her daddy got so old, they had to put him in a home. That's the day she realized she was finally all alone. She was Daddy's little girl, a good mother and good wife. She'd served her family well, but then they pushed her to the side. She did not know what lay ahead, but she knew deep down inside that she'd be Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl all her life. The divorce had left her numb. Now a trailer was her home. No one knew her name, and the nameless drink alone. She put a needle in her arm. She held a cross until she bled, and when her world all fell apart, she put a gun up to her head. And now Daddy's little girl, Daddy's little girl is dead. She was Daddy's little girl, and she grew up on his knee. She felt the wind between her toes and his kisses on her cheek. She did not know what lay ahead, but she knew deep down inside that she'd be Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl all her life.